Hello, Doug. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucor Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. And just so you know, I am a Tacoma boy, born and bred, and grew up in the near the Proctor district, between Proctor and Westgate, and so I'm very familiar with the area. And as far as your website goes, it is wonderful. It really is. It's got a good design. I like the blue and green, kind of, I guess, a Seahawks reference there. But here's something that I thought you might want to see, that this button is no longer operating. Page not found. That's for seeing your other projects. And it would seem that all of your other projects are IKO Dynasty and Pewter Gray, which I'm sure you did not intend. So getting some other photos and different types of roof up there for the people to look at would be probably a good thing. But all in all, I'm not really here for the aesthetic aspect of it. I mean, it's good that you have a nice looking site, absolutely, because uh, um, it's like having a beautiful car. If you pull up and say, "Hey, want to go for a ride?" Somebody will go, "Hey, yeah, I want to get in," and so they start clicking. That's exactly the same thing. I want to get in here. I want to see what you're about. And that's what your beautiful website does. But I'm kind of more the mechanic. I'm interested in what's inside your site, because what is inside your site is exactly what will determine whether or not people come to it. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Um, Now, the first thing I do when I analyze a site, generally, aside from looking at it, is I go and I look at this paid tool that I have. It shows me a bunch of the metrics of your site. And then the second thing I do is I go and I do a Google search for, in this case, Tacoma, Washington roofers. Now, I know that you serve a wider area. It actually says so on your, and all of Puget Sound. What I didn't see is that you have these actual service areas listed. I mean, what about the guy in DuPont who wants to have his, if he types in DuPont roofer, you're not going to come up. So that's one area that could be addressed. But the first thing I'm going to show you actually is this. I'm going to cut and paste this into a word counter. You have 1,389 words, which is pretty good. Now, I'm going to use Guardian as a comparison for you, and I'm going to show you why. When I look at these Google results, the first ones that I find here in the organics are Guardian Roofing. So I'm going to refer to them as your Google competitor for now. And the reason that they are listed as a roof repair Tacoma, a roofing contractor, is because they say they are. And that's exactly the way that Google works, and that's exactly what you're up against. So I'm going to take their site and I'm going to copy and paste it into a word counter also. There we go. 1,173 words. So you guys are pretty close. But the thing is, oh, look at that on their site. See all of their all of the service areas they serve. Anyway, the reason that I'm pointing this out is that this is an opportunity for your site to do better in Google, which is going to relate definitely to money in your pocket. This is an area that you are not competing well in right now. And let me tell you a little bit about how Google works. First off, everything that is on Google is determined by the Google algorithm. Now, the algorithm is something that Google developed in order to give its customers what it says are the most relevant results. Now, relevant for them is different for you and me. I would think that a relevant roofer would be somebody who has a good reputation, good work ethic, and quality materials. But they think that a good roofer is somebody who has a good website, according to them. So, for better or worse, Google is the gorilla in the search world. So, when the gorilla wants to dance, yeah, you dance. So the first thing that happens on a Google search is that you get these paid things that they actually like to be called sponsored now, because sounds a little bit more like they're, helping Girl Scouts with their cookies. Now, the next thing is this part, the businesses, they say. We in the industry call it the map pack because all of those folks are attached to that lovely map. Now, the only thing they have done that you may or may not have done is they went and filled out a Google business profile. And a Google business profile is like a Facebook profile, except it's hosted by Google, and it has to do with your business, obviously, as opposed to your personality. And, that's things like when you started your business, what your actual hours are day to day, and then, all of this normal stuff. But it needs to be filled out with a thoroughness that you would expect an algorithm to want. An algorithm, of course, is just a mathematical construct that goes looking for things, and it doesn't have any intelligence. It doesn't have any compassion or ability to reason. And so what it is looking for is completely and wholly just numbers and data. So filling this thing out in a way that will get you up here in the map pack is the goal of filling out that Google business profile. And there are ways of doing it that would help that. You can certainly give it a shot yourself. It's something that you are free to do. Go to Google and fill it out. I would suggest having somebody with experience and expertise do it, but it's one of those things that, I just got to be honest with you, you could do it. Now, the next thing underneath the map pack is what we call the organic results. Now, these organic results are wholly the result of the Google algorithm. And the Google algorithm is looking for some specific things. Now, the reason I did the word count is because one of the things that the Google algorithm is looking for is content. Now, even though you have 1,389 words, you are about 120 words shy of what Google wants. They want 1,500 words on the homepage because they think that anybody that has a worthwhile business will have put that much energy into their website because they think that the internet rules, and that's the way Google is. So you're a little shy on the words here. But all words are not equal. That's the thing. You can't just have the word, roofer in there 1,500 times. That doesn't work. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is that paid tool I was telling you about. And what we're talking about now is keywords, those words. Keywords are words that Google expects you to have on your site because when you do a Google search like this, Tacoma, Washington roofer, they go and look at every single one of the results from that search, and they take all of the words out of them. They count the words to see which words appear most, and the one that appears most becomes the number one keyword, and second, and so on and so on. So they expect those keywords to be in your site. And right now you have 39 keywords in your site. And I'm going to show you what Guardian has. They have 2,900. Now that is going to partially explain why they are essentially first in this list of these are just lists of roofers, but that explains why they are here. But interestingly enough, they did not fill this out well enough, the Google business profile, because they are not here and here, which is something you have an opportunity to do by tweaking your website a little bit. Now, it seems like perhaps a lot to catch up to 2,900, but it's really not that daunting. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. Roof replacement, clean attic insulation, roof replacement repair, gutters and roof, gutters on home. And the thing is that like moss, of course, in our area, the thing is that, it doesn't know the difference between like singulars and plurals. So if you have company, like a roofing company, it doesn't, it treats that as a separate search when you do roofing companies. It doesn't know what singulars and plurals are. So having those keywords are likely to be something that you would need to have on your site. And they would need to appear sort of naturally in paragraph form, not just a big list of words. And so getting those in your site in a good way is exactly what would help you exceed Guardian's number, because it's having better keywords is also part of the issue here. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is backlinks. Now, they have 7,200 backlinks. A backlink is where you appear on another site. There is a link back to your site on that other site. You have 36. Now, Guardian is not based in Tacoma. They say they are, and Google believes them because they say they are. So, that's what you're competing against. Here is what their backlinks are. Goodreads, PR Newswire, those are ones that would be weird to get on, because this is a site that recommends books. And this is one, they must have done something that was newsworthy, like, be part of a charity or something like that. Otherwise, Home Advisor, Homestead, Proven Expert, Angie's List. See how many they have of these in the 90s? These are the site ratings, the domain rating. It shows the strength of a site based on its backlink. And that means that like a site like Wikipedia, that a lot of people refer to, has a domain rating of like 98. I've seen it on some sites. So it's a really good site to be on, because you want to be on this upper end here from, let's say, 70s and above. They have a lot that are 70s and above. Yellowpages.com, superpages.com, porch.com. All of those would be really good for you to be on. And sometimes it's just a question of going and filling out a profile on that site in order to get you on it. So that's something that you need to improve. Now, I guess finally, here's the thing that I'm going to show you. This is what the result of their placement on a Google search is. Last month, you are up 1 from the month before. You had 7 clicks on your site as a result of a Google search, and Guardian had 2,200. Now, that's what you're up against, man. It's not just competing in the virtual world or the physical world. It's competing in the Google world, and we have ways to accentuate your site, because the Google algorithm is not unknown. We know what it wants. We know what it's looking for. And I just told you a couple of them. 1, fill out the Google business profile. 2, have more keywords. And 3, have more backlinks. Now, I'm assuming that you're going to want to spend more time roofing than you are dealing with the guts of your website and perhaps fixing that broken link. So this is where I hope that you might give Eric a call and have him guide you through the next steps. Because without being near the top of this, man, you are literally denying your company money, because people don't scroll very far down to find the results they want. So this website should be something that brings you customers and drives you money and becomes a tool of your company, just as much as the hammer you use to hammer in those 3-tab tiles. So anyway, I hope I have been instructive and helpful to you today. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.